As an evil wind rises over the great sea, a hero of legend will set off on an epic adventure to defeat it and save the world. Hello again, everyone. It's me, ToadinWonderland, here back with more of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. I had the whole episode originally with live commentary, but now some of it is actually missing, and for some reason I can't get it back, so I'm going to have to do some of this in post-commentary instead. So to get things started, I am doing a glitch here. Excuse me, not a glitch, a trick, more or less a technique really, where I do a specific lineup with the statue so that I don't have to use the command melody to guide it across instead, and have Link weighted down. If you can master this trick and get the lineup just right, this actually saves a fair amount of time. I've seen this done in a speedrun before, so... And yes, I did actually watch a speedrun of this game again, just recently, so that I could learn a couple tricks that I might have been missing out on, especially at this place. I was actually surprised at different things that could be done here. Just small things, but I wanted to try it out, and I was pretty successful there. I'm actually really surprised that I was able to pull that off in one go, because I thought for sure I'd be stuck there forever trying to do that over and over and over again. Luckily that didn't happen though. And yes, he has to ruin everything by forcing us to talk to him. Although I could have just ignored him and not pushed the A button, but whatever, shut up. Not you guys, I meant the King of Red Lions. Yes, shut up. But no, not you guys at all. I meant Blabbermouth, Redbeard. Anyway, just to give a quick recap of things that's going to be covered here in the video, I'm actually going to get my next item after I defeat the mini-boss here, and I'll be doing a couple tricks later on as we get through the rest of this dungeon. I have to go ahead and admit something right now. Without doing glitches on this game, I honestly don't know that I would be that thrilled with the dungeons as I kind of am as far as playing through them again. Because as I think about it, like thinking the themes and just the different puzzles and elements that are in the puzzles, I really have to say Wind Wakers don't really shine out as much compared to other Zelda games I've played. Now this is just my opinion, but without the glitches, like, I think about the dungeons, it's like, really? Do I have to do some of these? Because seriously, like, first off was Forsaken Fortress. It's like, oh, I hate this place. Can we please move on and get to the next area? And seriously, without glitches, I don't know that I actually could have handled it. Because the first time I played it, I was actually freaked out by that place with the sneaking element and things like that. I was so paranoid about it. I think that's everyone's first reaction, though, when they get to Forsaken Fortress. But yeah, general point. I just wish it could have been done better, but it's not even just Forsaken Fortress, because later in the game, you know, the next dungeon you get to, Dragon Roost Cavern, it's like, it's a stereotypical fire cave, whatever. And then there's the Forbidden Woods, it's like, it's alright. Tower of the Gods, water puzzles and have to deal with the statues and getting them back to their pedestals. Then there's the next dungeon, the Earth Temple, light puzzles and have to deal with Medley getting lost all the time. Like, just, this game, like, every single dungeon has something about it that I just kind of turned off about it. But luckily, since I know these glitches, it makes it a lot more interesting. Like, seriously, I think without the glitches, I might struggle a little bit as far as finding some entertainment value by going back through this game again. That's just me, though. Again, I know some people think Wind Waker is, one of the best Zelda games out there, and it is a solid game, I think. You know, looking back overall and kind of coming to a consensus on where I place it on my list of favorite Zelda games. But, you know, it's not my number one favorite, but there's still good parts about it that I like. Actually, to be honest, most people I know and talk to say that A Link to the Past is the best Zelda game ever. And again, I have to be honest, I don't really agree with that. A Link to the Past, while it's a good game, I've played through and beat it a few times. I even own it on the Super Nintendo now. I just don't see the appeal in it as far as it being the best Zelda game. If you want to share what you think as far as what your favorite Zelda game, like whether it be Link to the Past or Wind Waker HD, you know, whatever game, feel free to do so. You know, more power to you. You know, I'm not saying that I think anything less of people if their favorite Zelda game's not the same as mine, which my number one favorite is definitely Ocarina of Time, but you know, I still like a lot of the Zelda games for what they are. I do respect them for that. And speaking of Zelda games, there was a recent E3 leak. Well, there's more than one E3 leak, but there was one of them specifically that I wanted to go ahead and talk about quick. It was saying that one of the new games coming up is Zelda Wii U, and some of them were even saying it would have a name like Shard of Nightmare and, you know, similar things like that. But there was one leak that was saying that the next Zelda game for Wii U might be open world, and that actually could work out pretty well if it's just if it was implemented well. That's the one thing. Like, if they do switch the formula where it is going to be open world, I would just hope that it gets implemented well, because that's really important that the gameplay feels fun as well, not just the way that the game looks in terms of presentation. Yeah, it'd be open world, and that's if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not, because E3's coming fairly soon. We'll find out when it actually happens. But yes, open world. So it'd be like Elder Scrolls or Assassin's Creed in that regard. I'm just thinking though, like if they do show that. By the way, I do kind of fail here. I'm trying to do leaf pumping, and the first time didn't go so well, so I had to cut it because I had to regain some of my magic as well. So that's why I did a little bit of a fade cut there. But anyway, if they did do open world for the next Zelda game, I'm not sure how it would work unless they would implement a quest system. Because seriously, like, you'd have to have something to guide your character, you know, if you're going to have open world, because otherwise what's there to do besides exploring the world? So they just got to have that good balance in mind as far as what they do, and if that is going to be the actual formula that will be in the next new Zelda game for Wii U. Either way, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to see what they have. The art style has nothing to do with it. I think the only thing I don't want to see, though, is what they did with Skyward Sword. Like, where the overworld felt like one huge curving path. Like, it was pretty much just a big linear dungeon outside of dungeons. I really, really, really hope they don't do that in the next Zelda game. Because that was one of the things... Actually, it was the primary thing that I did not like about Skyward Sword, was the fact that the overworld, like both the ground and the sky, were just parts that I did not really care for at all on that game. Like the ground, as I said, it's just a giant dungeon, because all you do is just solve puzzles and open up shortcuts, and there's just no exploration aspect. Like, you don't explore, you're just forced to go one straight particular path as you open up different routes to get you between point A and point B. Like, it's a set path, and there's no kind of deviance as far as being able to explore wherever you want to go. And by the way, here real quick before I continue on with that point, this is where I glide across. I don't use the command melody though. I get on top of the side statue here, call for it, and what I end up doing here is actually having it follow me as I glide over the lasers. It saves just a bit of time so that you don't have to play the command melody. So again, as I said, I think in the last part actually, I try to do as much of this dungeon as possible without using the command melody, and I'm pretty successful actually. So that's what's really neat about some of these tricks and glitches that I show. But anyway, I was talking about Skyward Sword. I did talk about how the ground, the overworld kind of sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, for Skyward Sword, that's just one main part of the gameplay I didn't like, unfortunately. Everything else, as far as the overworld goes, like the sky's the other thing. And again, there's a problem with that because it's just tiny dots. Like, most of the islands don't have anything to do. They're just so barren, it's like a wasteland. And I don't mean like the Pinwheel Island with useless creepy clown guy. I honestly was hoping that the overworld would have been more fun to explore and just go wherever you want and just have that kind of sensation that, like, yes, this does feel like an epic Zelda game with being able to go all over the world. I know that's the design they were going for, but it was just not an aspect that I liked about the game. By the way, real quick, this is where I come back with the live commentary, so I'm going to stop here. I will be back in a second. I do have to point something out quick while I'm looking at things in this room. I know I've seen before that some people have said that this dungeon kind of like has a Mayan feel to it, but as I look at the place, like the architecture and things like that, I don't really see the Mayan aspect to it. In all honesty, this place actually looks more Aztec than Mayan to me personally. Because first of all, the statues, like, let me go ahead and zoom in here. The statues like this, they have like really kind of almost demonic-like faces. I don't know that Mayan culture really has deities that they worship that are like that. At least that I'm aware of. But also, in addition to that, the coloring of the architecture and just like the types of columns that are in here, like, it's mainly gold. It almost reminds me of El Dorado, the City of Gold, or also known as ToadinWonderland, I think is how it's also pronounced. But yeah, that's basically 3 different variations of the capital city of the Aztec Indians. But yeah, it looks more Aztec to me. I'm not really seeing Mayan. And Mayan's also based on tiered temples. Like, this temple's not really like tiered like a staircase. It's just more vertical. Like, there's no like stairway pattern to it, if that makes any sense. But yeah, just thought I'd point that out. Just a little bit of background that I remember from my art history class. Okay, I probably want an overhead angle for this part. Normally, you need to bring the Armos statues. Let me go ahead and find them. Or the pots, you can use the pots too. That are over at this part of the room. And way down the switches, they have to be sitting on them in order to deactivate the lasers. But much like I shown in that previous room with the one statue, we're going to completely skip those lasers and have more fun instead. Just like that. You kind of want an overhead view to make sure that you're like gliding the right way. You don't have to do any leaf pumping, you just kind of glide over and you can land on top of it by grabbing the edge of it. Yeah, that's a more effective way of getting the boss key. Speedrunners do that. I know that much about speedruns of this game. Okay, the Armos statues do come to life, so a little extra challenge for when you get the boss key. Just trying to do a quick spin, there we go. That actually would be more effective for defeating them, but hey, it's all good. Oh, it dropped a gem. Oh, it's all just money though. I don't really need money. I don't really need anything for that matter. I am kind of low on arrows, but I should be getting some up ahead here. Whoops. Already failed this first one. Yeah, you can just kind of hop over these guys. Come to think of it, I probably should shoot one of them. Not the bird, but hey, that works too. Oh my god, I'm getting mauled to death here. Okay, you know what? Screw that pink one. I'm just gonna shoot one of the blue ones instead. Okay, I heard it drop. Oh no, that was just a heart. Okay, seriously? I know these guys drop arrows. Fine, we'll waste time. I can do this all day if I have to. Except I don't want to waste you guys' time. I really should have planned this better. I'm a terrible, terrible player. Who am I kidding? I suck at this game. Okay. Okay, I knew there was arrows in that jar, but I think I only had like 15, so... And I already have a fairy in a bottle, so I'm good to go. Let's go ahead into the chamber here. Use our boss key. Take down the big old lock. Oh man, I was just totally reminded of something random. Has any of you guys ever seen Ed Bassmaster? Oh my god, I hate this boss so much. It's like the easiest boss in the world, and yet I still hate it. Now that I said that, it's gonna be 10 times worse. You watch and see. But yeah, have you guys ever heard of Ed Bassmaster? He's known as like a big-time prankster on YouTube. Oh my god, he is so freaking hilarious. He does these like drive-through prank videos. I think it's him, anyway. It's either him or Uncle John. Link, what are you doing? That is the grappling hook. See, I told you this wouldn't go so well. At least he has a pretty neat theme. But yeah, I will make sure to link both of their channels in the description. Oh my god, they are so freaking hilarious. How did he... Okay, I was supposed to cancel his attack. And somehow I fudged that up. Probably because I'm not really... Ah! Quick, quick! Okay. Yeah, if you do it just right, you can roll underneath him and not shock yourself to death. See, I told you this would not go so well. I cannot talk and concentrate on gameplay at the same time. I told you before I was so rusty on this. All the more reason. And I do not have bombs equipped. That is fabulous. I kind of want the grappling hook equipped for later. And let me realign. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to re-equip all my stuff. That was quick that the hand's already reactivated. Much like any other Nintendo game, we gotta have a boss that involves a pair of hands and a head in this case. But yeah, if you roll under Gohdan, you can make him cancel that cannon attack, like when he charges up, like that. I wish he would hold still. He's not giving me good room here for shooting his eyes. Ugh, wasn't fast enough. And I'm definitely low on arrows, but that's not a problem, because you can get more in this fight. In an unusual way, I might add. What was I talking about, though? Oh, pranksters on YouTube. Yeah, that's what it was. There's this one video of Uncle John where he, like, just randomly goes around in public and tickles people with this giant purple feather. Oh my god, it is, like, absolutely freaking fucking hilarious. If you want to see the kind of humor that, like, makes you piss your pants, because there's gutsy people who do things you wouldn't do in public, watch these guys, because they are so freaking funny. Okay, he's doing that attack again. Okay, and that should be the end of the fight. Despite the fact that we wasted so many arrows. But yeah, here's more proof that I think this place is based more on Aztec than Mayan culture. I mean, just look at the coloring and the shape of Gohdan himself. Doesn't really resemble anything Mayan. Because Mayan, I don't know that they're really based on this kind of style. You're more than welcome to share what you guys think, though, if you have something else to add to that little discussion of mine. But with that said, we finally completed the Tower of the Gods. Thank God. I can't emphasize that word enough. Let's go ahead and get our heart container, proudly hold it up above our heads, increase our health, and proceed. We finally got through what I think is almost the first half of the game. It's not quite, but we're getting there. After maybe 1 or 2 more videos, I want to say, we'll probably be about halfway done with the game. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. You need the grappling hook. Fun fact, in the standard definition version, you could actually use the grappling hook as soon as you entered the room. You don't have to climb the ladder. But in the HD version, that did get fixed, so just something I thought I'd point out, though. I like how it turned nighttime despite the fact that the sun was just setting when I entered this place. I still think that's really amazing that I was able to pull off the cutscene while the sun was setting. That was really good timing on my part. Because it's really beautiful when you see that. Okay, this gas bag's gonna take us somewhere new completely. The Ring of Light is going to take us to a whole new world. Are you ready, Rinku? Yes, I am. At long last. I made you guys wait long enough for this moment. And we're sinking below the surface. I like this part. Like, he somehow can breathe underwater. Like, he initially looks like he's running out of air there, but all is well. Follow the light, Rinku. And check it out. Maybe I should rephrase that statement I said earlier, a whole new world. It's not really new. As a matter of fact, it's all sepia tone looking. Fun fact, well, if you couldn't tell already, we are at Hyrule Castle of the land of Hyrule. This place still looks actually fairly beautiful with the graphics. It's really amazing, actually. But yeah, fun fact, Hyrule Castle in the standard definition version is actually black and white. In the HD version, they gave it a little bit more color, and it's like sepia tone looking. But we're instructed to go into the castle to obtain the ultimate power that will enable us to take down Ganondorf. Ah! Scary face. Yeah, the very first time I played that game, I think I had actually a legitimate scared, not really scared, but just like surprise reaction, because I seen the Moblin as a kid the first time. I was like, duh! Because I was not expecting to see that when you first walk in. Oh man, this place. And fun fact, or not really fact, I keep saying fact. I actually didn't know. I'm going to stay silent here for just a second, but if you listen close enough, this place actually does have music at this point in time. Go ahead and take a listen.